Hello, good evening, and welcome to Garblag Games, where we're back this Thursday evening with another episode of The One Ring, The Forging of Small Dooms, which I very cleverly remembered at the last moment, because I almost forgot the name there. With me again tonight are my lovely players, who will all introduce themselves, starting with Ben.
No, I'm not lovely. I'm a fearsome, monstrous predator of the night.
That could be lovely to some people, I suppose.
That's fair. I think that was a kid's book about bats. I don't know. Anyway, hi, I'm Ben. I'm playing Trana Sharptongue, who is a scholar of Durin's folk.
Go Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan, and I am playing a dwarf by the name of Green, who is a messenger and herald of Erebor.
And Richard, who is
He
muted,
doesn't know
I
what he's
think.
doing. Now he is.
Because everything's just suddenly gone quiet for me.
There, you're back now.
You're back.
Right, sorry. Okay. Dan's finished because I lost that. Awesome. Hi, I'm Richard. Apart from being a techno useless person, apparently, I am also playing Farron, who is apparently a school teacher of Durin's folk.
Hey, very important job.
Are you going to say I'm Rob, or should I just go now?
Go, Rob.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm playing Kevin, the treasure hunter.
And Rob.
Yes.
And lastly, but not leastly, Roger.
Sure, Pete would argue that not leastly bit.
He's not here.
Hi.
What's he gonna do?
It's true. Hi, I'm Roger, and I'm playing Sven Stonehand, the dwarf champion of Durin's folk.
There you go. So, last week our beady dwarven fellowship managed to get all the way to a bridge over the Anduin, where they
Not a
met.
bridge.
A bridge over the Anduin in a semi-repaired state, which they did a fairly good job of both providing extensive plans for renovations and fortifications, and also managed to deal with a pack of wargs and a few stray goblins that had been harrying the Bjornings running the bridge crossing. Interestingly, when Aragorn comes this way sometime fairly soonish, he is helped across the Anduin by a little group of Bjornings. So I think we can add a brave band of dwarves to the source of that aid, but obviously, as usual, the Bjornings are going to take all the credit, and you lot are left to muddle your way off to Moria. They packed you up after a good night's rest with a bunch of honey cakes. You've got plenty of provisions on you now, and you're in the final stretches towards the mines themselves. All that's left before you is to... Let's go to the map for the people at home.
Kevin's got bits of leaves and straw stuck to him because he thought that you were supposed to rub honey on yourself.
All you have to do now is get your way down to the River Gladden, cross it presumably somewhere around the Gladden fields, and then make your way down a bit further near Lothlorien, but avoiding it because it's full of elves, and into the mines of Moria, where hopefully Balin is awaiting with a fierce fire and lots of merriment.
That fierce fire is a bit of a spoiler, isn't it?
I don't know what you mean! I'm sure everything's going perfectly all right down there.
Yeah, I mean, it's Barlet. Man's legendary, of course.
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah,
fine.
precisely. Like,
Totally got it.
yeah.
Oh, do we get to make a rest roll? Or did we do that already? I can't
I
remember.
think we
did
did
that
that at
already.
the end of the
Okay.
last episode. Yeah. The morning is ahead of you as you've trudged your way away from the bridge.
Are we going to trust Groin
On
with
the
travelling
opposite
again? Or
Side. Ah,
we're
yeah. That's a
relegating
good
him
question.
to hunting now because
An
No.
auspiciously steely grey sky has risen up with tumultuous clouds to meet you this morning. So that does feel like the exact type of travelling weather to allow Groin to return to travelling duties. I will say, yeah, since you had a rest. Let me find. Just open this up. You can swap about who is in charge of what.
I'm only teasing because Dan had some really unlucky rolls and Roger had some really lucky rolls. I think if we try and pull that shit
Yeah,
off
no,
again,
you
it's
don't
never
need
going
me.
to fly.
I
Unless
mean,
you can hunt, Dan. You got any hunting skill?
Good question.
-2.
Still more than the rest of us.
No, I have no hunting skills.
We are.
You
Not
actually
built for
shoot a
hunting.
dead deer and it comes back to life and scurries away.
I mean, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so who's your guide, who's your hunters, who's your scout, and who's your lookouts?
Okay, I believe.
Yep.
Whatever I was scout.
Scouting, yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I'm
think
rubbish
Ben
at
and I are
anything
still-
except guiding. So, and Groin is still better at that. So,
Yeah, I think we're stuck at hunting again.
we'll stick with the hunting. And
There you go. Okay. That being said, the day and the road is ahead of you, Dan. What is
Right.
Groin's plan?
Well, hopefully not get us lost and end up twisting our ankles in potholes or something.
Solid plan.
So,
What is the route? If you give me a general idea of where you're heading to along the River Gladden, I'll draw a little line down.
I think
so
the
that we
plan
can
was to
follow.
hug the
I
edge of
think
the
it's-
mountains, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of.
So, do you intend to try and cross it? Yeah, here in the icy
Possibly even in the
slough
shallow
coming down
hill.
from the mountains, or yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I
it's
think
less far
nearer-
across.
Nearer the whatever that thing is called, where two rivers meet, a confluence. Is that the word?
Just say it with confidence. No
Well,
one needs
yeah.
to know.
Yeah, precisely.
Right,
Take compliments with confidence.
Absolutely.
They're already marine biologists.
That's what it's going to
Good
be. We
drawing.
don't know.
Oh, well,
how-
I mean, maybe kind of round
That's
that
the
mountain,
plan.
But yeah, hug the mountains.
Yep.
We're
In that
Mordor.
case,
Do you have any idea how lost we'd have to be?
I have faith that that's possible.
Wait for
Told you we should
it.
have turned left back there.
Just as long as we keep the mountains to our left. It's fine.
Mountains is lost.
And they're the right mountains.
And they're the right mountains. Yeah.
So if we've
Right.
left the mountains, we keep them on our right.
So,
well, I think technically, if you're walking that way, the mountains are going to be on your right. But sure.
They will.
So maybe don't keep them to your left, because then you'll be going back.
Unless we
homewards.
walk backwards.
Yeah.
That's
Ah,
the
yeah,
last
true.
thing the enemy will expect.
Yeah, true. You also have a shadow level of 4 currently. So
Right.
keep that in mind as you...
Lidless, wreathed in flame.
The moment you pass that bit that says Mountain Hole, you shall be into darker, shadowy lands.
Oh, good.
So,
That sounds fun.
Try not to roll too many ones.
Because we might meet elves.
Right, shall I roll?
Yep. Go on.
Go on, Dan.
Automatic fail. No.
Oh,
Great
that's
success. That's better.
Awesome. Yep. So with the one extra success, I'm gonna put you here, and I will let one of you roll a d12, a d6 first. sorry.
Bagsy's not it.
I'll do it.
Go on.
Hunters.
Yeah,
2
it's not
is the
hunters.
scout, so
Oh,
you
okay.
managed to jinx yourself with that.
Oh,
Okay.
Parmesan.
Give me a d12 roll as well then.
Alright then. Okay. 6.
A 6. As you're scouting ahead, Kevin, you sort of, as youthful people tend to do, try to scurry up the largest bank along the rocks of the mountains that you can find to climb on along atop, like just above everyone, so that you can look really cool and show off how high up you managed to get. Nothing could surely go wrong with that. Can you give me an explore roll?
Parkour. Right. I've got a thing. What are my things? I have a couple of things. One is a maps.
Yeah.
One is maps. A detailed set of maps, open brackets, explore, close brackets. So may I?
Gandalf.
There you go.
I've got Gandalf.
Great job. Your foot, as you're running along, checking out the route ahead, just for the briefest moment, perilously hangs over the loose shale before setting back on sturdier, rockier ground.
No
Yeah.
one noticed, right?
No one noticed.
We can see the future.
It is a bit of a trek up here in the woods, so you all gain 2 fatigue for this part of the journey. Up here in the mountains, or near enough to the mountains. So 2 fatigue for this part of the journey. But you managed to spare an extra day of journeying and an extra fatigue.
Huzzah.
Groin, what lays ahead along the path?
You're on mute, Dan.
Mute. I'm on mute.
Groin's had enough.
I've had it up. Yeah, let's press on slow roll again.
Yep.
Whilst he's doing that, Kevin, I put together a little fetish from some of the warg teeth I was able to scavenge together to put on your spear. You did a fine job there, son.
Thanks, Professor. I did wonder where that conversation was going.
Oh, I'm rocking it.
Wrong kind of fetish.
Glad it wasn't just me. Rob.
Extraordinary success.
Don't teach
Well done,
that
Dan.
in Dwarven school. Yeah, great job. You are right up to the banks of the River Glad. Good job. And rather than making your roll ill-favoured, I'll say roll a d6, and I'll let you roll normally for the event. Who wants to roll a d6 this time?
Not me. I did it.
I'll do this one.
Okay.
D6 and a D12. The lookouts. And a D12, yeah. Okay. You've moved up further, sort of, we'll say, rather than there, you're up into the lower portion of the mountains, where being winter, ice and snow have slid down from the top or coated the base of the mountains as well. Who's on lookout duty?
That'd be me. You're the scout.
Yeah, not me. Sorry.
Farron, in this blanket of white with little pocks of bits of trees sticking out and rocks capping through the snow and the odd animal rushing about, you're pretty sure you spot like a moving black mass that might be a figure. Can you give me an awareness roll?
I can. I'm going to spend a point of hope, and because I am wary, assuming that's reliable, I will add inspired.
Yeah. I'll let you. Good job. As you see it sort of bounding across the slopes of the mountains, at the last moment you manage to stop yourself from following it, and you've spared yourself a point of shadow. However, you do all pick up 2 points of fatigue, and you find yourself at the base of one of the parts of the River Gladden. Well, basically near enough to where the River Gladden spouts from the mountain. Up here,
The rabbit
it's
from Monty Python.
No, it was. I'm fairly sure, because I've read books about this. I'm fairly sure that was the icy mountain gallblag of legend.
Well, this river is pretty icy as well at the moment. It seems to be flowing fairly fast underneath the water, but above it looks frozen. But you can't quite tell how well frozen it is and how easy it'll prove to cross the ice. Obviously, dwarves have a low center of gravity, but then
But
they
we're
might
also
also
all wearing
way
metal
down
clothes.
way down a segment of the ice as they cross. But that seems to be your chosen course.
May I scan
Obviously,
for the
the
safest
Gladden
route to
also
cross?
flows down into what is known to men as the Gladden Fields, and elves as Liog Ningaloran.
It's swamp.
Yep.
A big old swamp, yeah.
Can I
You
use
can
scan
attempt
to
to
find
scan,
the
yeah.
safest
Yep.
route across?
Can I lend him my lantern?
Um,
I actually have one, so you don't need to.
Oh, marvellous.
And
otherwise,
it's
I think-
fireless.
you
which
know
is handy.
what? That's a good idea. Just chuck in another random D6 roll for me there, just to see what time of day it is when you get to the river. As you're so eager to use lanterns. Evens. Okay then. It is just past midday. There's plenty of light.
Don't need a lantern then. It's a bit of a shame. But never
However,
mind,
that
right?
does mean it's the warmest point of the day.
I'm just going to roll it flat and see what comes. Oh, well, that was worth it, wasn't it? Good
Yeah,
job,
you
me.
found a very
That's
good,
where-
safe place to cross. You think, as far as you can tell, from scanning the area, you found a place that looks like it has. It looks like it's probably relatively shallow and has a fair number of rocks and things underneath it as well. So it shouldn't be too much of a risk to cross here.
Yeah, tap with the butt of the spear, and then I'll stride out onto the
how wide is the
incredibly
gap?
thin ice that I'm about to fall into.
Before you go, Farron, perhaps tie this piece of rope to you, just in case it's not quite secure as you think it is.
How wide is the river?
At this point, I will say it's gonna take you probably, anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute to try and cross at a normal walking pace.
I mean,
But
could
if
I
you're
hurl
going
rope and
slow
hook?
to try and be a fair old hurl, but you can give it a go.
I like the rope idea as well.
Well, I'll carry the rope across. I've found a safe place. It'll be fine.
I'll give you a penalty dice for that because it is a long way.
I mean, if it's really far, I wouldn't even try it.
It looks like it's sort of like.
But give me the end of the
You
rope.
could-
I'll walk across and tie it when I get to the other side. If
You
you're
could
that
get
worried.
it, you reckon, but it's at the edge of your range.
And if he misses, his big grappling hook crashes into the ice, right?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Alright, I'll give it a go.
Yes.
I believe.
Ooh.
There you go. Your grappling hook manages to
Oh, sorry, I
Slam.
assumed it was athletics.
yeah, that's fine. Slam into and sort of clamp itself behind a jutted out, sharp, jagged rock on the opposite side. So you can potentially attempt to pull yourself along with this rope, which I will say everyone is going to have to roll to cross here. But holding on to the rope will give you advantage. Well, not advantage.
Bonus
The
dice.
other thing. No.
Inspiration?
Favoured. That's the one.
A viewer on the YouTubes has said there's buzzing sound big time. Don't know if anything
Did
can
it
be done about
magically disappear now?
it. We shall find out.
Sorry, I'll send my pet wasps out.
Pretty sure it's me.
Yeah, well, we'll carry on and we'll
I'll let
see if
carry-
it
There
goes
we go.
away.
Carry on.
Yep.
fellas.
Unfortunately, my fridge has decided that it's not having anything of all this cold weather and
Which is hateful.
making some serious noise for some
Jealousy.
reason. And I'm too close to it. Yeah.
What be the roll to cross then?
I think the most obvious one would be athletics, unless you can give me an idea of how you want to use something else to cross. I take
The
it
other one I
Trano
could
is
think
going
of is
first.
travel.
Can I
but-
do anything with my extra success? Sorry, Lewis.
You can. You can spend it to
Could I gain insight to see the
potentially
safest path?
use it to cancel a failure, which I will let you sort of store for the moment and potentially use for one of the people trying to cross. Score an additional success, gain insight, go quietly, make haste, or widen influence.
Could you cancel my cock up from not finding a
Yes.
safe way across?
Can
No,
I do that?
Okay,
'cause that's already happened.
I've already picked the wrong spot. All right, I
Yeah.
will go first because
You-
it's my fault, and I
Trano
think
was
it's safe.
very, very confident that she's found a great spot to cross.
May I, just because I'm an impatient, as one of my distinctive features, child, just run ahead of her, and because she is my favoured auntie or whatever that relationship thing is, I trust her implicitly, and can I just go wee in front of her?
Oh,
Are
we're
you
getting into
using the rope in a careful,
Oh, yeah.
secure manner,
no,
or are you just
no.
lunging across?
I'm using the rope. Careful and secure, let's not focus on that. I'm using the rope.
Yeah, but are
I
you
haven't-
like bolting across the ice, or
Sort of sliding. I'm
Okay.
finishing off like with a football celebration knee slide.
yeah? Okay. I will say you have favoured, but you also get 1 penalty dice as well
Cool.
for risking
am
it
I
all.
using? Oh, I'm using.
Athletics, if you want,
Okay,
unless you
so-
can come up with an explanation for using anything else, like travel, for instance,
Or.
or. I don't
Because you want to
think
make
you
it look
can.
cool.
Yeah.
Or the ice into
No, I can't. You're right.
submitting to your
Awesomeness.
power slide.
Sure. Yeah. Athletics. And what did you say? Modifier of something?
1 penalty dice, but it's favoured because of the secure rope.
Okay. So favored and 1 penalty dice. And what's that? Is that the modifier -1?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Favored. Got it in. Got it. Oh, and can I add some hope?
You can, if you
I'm gonna
want
need
to
to.
spend hope on crossing a river.
Yeah.
I'm
I want to
happy with
spend-
that.
I want to spend hope on
Spend
not
all your hope. Spend like
Alright.
3 hope. Spend
seeing
10
she put
hope.
it like that.
You,
Shush.
you can't. Well, you could, but there'd be
Okay,
no.
I've clicked a hope thing. I'm rolling the dice,
There you go.
and I
It was
have
an
an.
automatic success as you rolled a
Gandalfed
Gandalf.
it.
Um,
So I power slide across to the end
yeah,
and grab
Just-
onto Sven's grappling hook.
ice creaks and cracks beneath you, but just the impetuous and invulnerable nature of youth sees you safely across.
Genius, Auntie! You really scanned that perfectly.
Who's up next?
Oh, yeah, I'll
I-
head across.
Oh, I'll push them in the bloody river if they keep this up.
I like the idea of trying to continuously going, oh. Yeah. Sven, a little more even-handed and sturdy, but you make your way safely across the ice, which groans and creaks and cracks.
And I've got another great success to
Yeah,
help.
there you go.
Joanna, I think you next.
Splash straight in the water.
Yay!
Definitely.
I'll spend one of my cancel failures.
Yeah. The ice cracks and gives way beneath you, but you manage to use the rope to yank yourself forwards back onto it and sort of scurry along.
I really wish I'd been able
On
to
your hands
justify
and
travel.
knees, crawling to safety just as Sven Stonehand reaches out an arm and lifts you from the peril. Who's next?
Groin, do you want to go next, or do you want to go back?
I'll go.
There's a fairly sizable crack in the ice now, and some of it has gone into the water. But you can, you could skirt around it.
Watch out for the crack, groin.
It's all at athletics,
Oh.
isn't it?
Ba-bum.
Yep, if you want.
It's gonna have to be in it. No.
I will use
Ooh.
one of my other cancel failure, my
Yeah.
last cancel failure.
You
Not
manage
very
to.
athletic group, are we?
He said, "Don't step on the crack, cousin."
Yeah, you try to skirt around where the ice is broken and it cracks even further. Trying the icy water trying to swallow you up. Your feet dangle perilously
That will wake you up.
just above it, and your fellows, Trana, Sven, and Kevin, sort of drag you away. Farron, that leaves you with a lot of work to do, as a lot of the ice is broken away now.
Yeah.
and the route looks perilous at best. I'm gonna add an penalty dice for you as well. I'm being kind. I could like
If Basil
remove
can do
the
it, you
favoured
can.
as well, or 2 penalty
Oh,
dice.
that's a
That
good
would be
point.
nice, but yeah.
Whoever rolled last didn't roll favoured,
Ah, okay. Well, you made it across.
although
but,
they rolled a 1.
I mean,
It wouldn't have helped.
if
So, can I?
if you forget to roll favoured,
Unless
it's
they
your own fault.
Gandalf.
Can I argue for insight? To
This is a stupid plan.
Do you
so-
think Theron can find a better place to
Insights
cross,
for
or
nerds,
just,
just go for it.
just understand the ice better?
that, or I mean, scan would to see where the weak points are based on where the cracks coming out from.
Wouldn't that be scan though?
No, because it's insight, because he's a master of Nefertafel, so it's like playing the game, and you look for
There you
the
go.
strategic advantage points for crossing.
what I mean. Insight or scan, I could see as another argument.
Yeah,
So,
I'll let you roll insight if you want.
okie dokie. Favoured,
Favoured and a penalty dice.
that and a penalty touch.
'Cause the ice is looking shaky at best.
Believe in the power of Gandalf.
I'm going to spend a point of hope. I go through so much of this stuff, and I
That's great.
again.
I haven't really had an opportunity to build up a lot of shadow, so I'm happy you're spending a lot of hope instead. Ooh. Farron tries to find sort of an alternate route where the ice is a bit stronger on the outskirts of this sizable hole now in the ice flow, and it cracks and gives way beneath him, and Farron dips under the water, still holding on to the rope. But
Can I try and hold him out
I'll
of the
say
river?
Farron takes 3 endurance for that, because it's very cold, and will take the breath away of even the sturdiest dwarf.
The
And
icicles in his beard.
You're at risk now of being swept away by the Gladden River underneath the ice.
Can we try and haul him in using the rope?
You definitely can.
This area looks a bit more stern.
I'm guessing that would be athletics first.
Yep. Unless you have any other skills you'd like to present as a choice.
I'll use the power of axe. No, I'm joking. Let's go with athletics. Can Kevin lend us a hand?
Kevin stifling a laugh and runs up behind Sven and grabs hold of the rope.
Yeah, we'll try and haul him in. Do I get a bonus for having help, or?
Yes, if Kevin spends a point of hope.
Oh, okay. So having 2 of us doesn't actually do anything. Okay.
I've got.
It does if you spend a point of hope.
What's a teenager with hope anyway?
Non-existent.
Yeah.
Don't believe in any such thing.
No,
Rodents
so
of unusual size.
I've spent a point of hope.
Yep.
Lots of 2s. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Just. Good job you spent that hope.
Yeah.
The rope starts fraying as you're trying to drag it, and the sizable, sturdy frame of Farron is being pulled by the water. Yeah, it frays and a few threads snap and creak. Farron's gurgling as he comes up and out over the water and dives back in again, and you manage to just about haul him to shore. Exhausted and freezing cold.
Well, that was bracing.
Did you fetch any fish for tea while you were in there?
Let me just check. This one.
Now that's some perfect dwarven.
This is what I didn't roll athletic because I only had the one dice, so therefore I would have been rolling just 2 feet dice. Not that it would have been much worse.
Hey, we're
I
across.
mean, a fail's a fail. Are there any ones in there? That reminds me. Well,
No,
just,
lots of twos.
There's Sauron.
There were no Saurons.
Okay, you're all right for now.
Sauron isn't
But
the
yeah, a little
We've
worse
been
for
really
wear.
short on the Saurons, fortunately. And now I've
That's
hexed
good.
us all, and we'll be
Oh,
rolling
well
solidly
Hey,
from here on
you've
out.
got
Why did you
one
say
move
that?
to go.
Is this because you run out of map, Lewis?
Yeah, pretty much. And also, it's basically warriors like
Yeah.
here-ish. So,
Right, the Mario map's beautiful.
Oh, good. Let's see it. See it.
you got to get in there first.
Okay. Mechlon or whatever it is.
That's the other door.
All right. Okay.
Wrong side. Yeah, Farron, you're not feeling great.
No, that was not what I wanted. I did say I'm not long for this world. I didn't quite mean this soon.
Does anyone have? Does he require? Is he in need of sort of healing or whatever?
He'll probably
Passes.
recover given some time.
Okay. Not that I can heal people. I was just...
Start wringing out my beard.
Oh, just the one big icicle then.
Right, final travel roll.
Would now be a really bad time to point out that I've got travel as one of my focuses for broken spells and could have been achieving magical successes this whole time.
No, this has proven to be a suitably interesting travel.
Oh yeah, because that's what he did last week, wasn't it?
Yes. No, I think Sven rolled travel.
No,
I
I didn't
last
roll
week.
any travel last week.
Oh right. No,
I got a magical success on one of the law rolls.
that's it. Yes.
How is the sound, by the way, for people at home?
Success.
Yes, he can't even remember. Yeah, he says it's better now. The chap. Oh,
Okay, great. Good job. You
well done,
managed
Dan.
to get yourself to the Dimrill Dale,
Oh,
but not without one final event. Who's rolling a d6 and a d12 this time?
Can Dan roll his own d6? Can Dan roll it?
Yeah,
I don't think he's done one yet.
I'll let anyone roll it. Basically, usually, like
I don't think that's a good idea considering the fact my rolling on the first week.
That was then. This is now.
As a GM, I have grown to enjoy making players roll their own horrible dooms. So
So I just did a roll d6 and it just didn't.
No, you typed
That's because
slash.
you just did roll d6.
slash RD6.
That could be why. D6.
Yeah, it thinks you said it, and so it's zoomed it in.
Yeah. A 3, that would be the lookouts again. And then you can roll a d12. Don't roll a 1.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's what we like to see. Or is it?
No, that's great. A joyful sight.
Yay!
Can the lookout, in this case Farron, give me... what's gone on here? Someone's disappeared. It's Roger.
Nope.
He got Norfolked.
Oh
Yeah.
no. His computer's knackered. While you're here, roll awareness, and we will all look at everyone at home from... Well, I think it's only me and Richard who are really out of place at the moment.
Richard is fundamentally just a beard now, and you just have a top of head.
It's clearly, my best feature with all that massive mop of hair going on up there.
I feel you, brother.
Yeah. Okay, a failure. You catch a glimpse of something you weren't expecting. think it's one of the birds you're used to seeing skirting around the lonely mountain, chirping their beautiful songs. Perhaps a raven of some kind. It looks big, it looks black. But as you point it out to everyone, and the entire fellowship turns to look at it, you all see that it is in fact just a massive, skulking, moody-looking crow, cawing and crying and cowing as it flies over you. I'm afraid you only pick up 1 fatigue, but you don't regain 1 hope.
Ah, all right. No, that's a crow. My bad.
Isn't there? I mean, in the real world, isn't there some sort of storm happening?
Oh yeah. I know. There's a big one. Yes. Isn't it more the sort of western part?
Oh right,
Of,
I don't know.
I think.
West Island gets it.
And all of Ireland, mostly, at this point.
That's fine.
I saw the weather map of Ireland and it was entirely red, so that's probably not great.
Just
But
for
I don't know which direction Eowyn is moving in. Great time for us to be playing the One Ring, though.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
just-
Roger.
It says wind, yellow
Yeah.
wind
Yellow Wind.
in East Anglia.
Did you say don't eat yellow wind?
Ah, there we go. Not Roger has appeared, which
There is Roger as well.
And there is Roger as well. That's even better.
Roger.
Faces should start appearing in places.
Yeah.
And there we go. We're all back in the right place. How fantastic is that?
Oft not Roger.
Come for the RPGs, stay for the fantastic
Technical difficulties.
technical kerfuffles. We're glad we can bring you this entertainment live on Garblag Games.
We even had a break for the weather, which is, impressive.
Yeah.
It's rough with the
And
weather.
now a word from our sponsors. We haven't got one. But if you want to be one,
It was thinking to my fatigue box for a second there. I almost had 112 fatigue.
Oh, that'd probably be a bit much. Yeah.
Are we there yet?
You,
Are we there yet?
Well,
yes,
the
Kevin, we are.
sky is iron grey and entirely still, and the Dimrill Dale ahead of you itself is cold and empty. The few firs and slender birches that followed you up the Dwarven Road, or that followed up the Dwarven Road, dare not approach further. Nothing lives here and nothing grows. The waters of the Silverlode are icy dark and still, and even the rocks of Azanul Bizarre ring hollow, and a few scattered remains of ancient dwarven settlements long destroyed fill the Dimrill Dale with a harsh loneliness. Ahead of you the Mirrormere lay silent and sorrowful as it has for centuries. Not even a single note of birdsong rings in the air, and the wind remains solemn and bereft of joy. All of this is overlooked by the snow-capped peaks of the Redhorn, the Silverton, and the Cloudy Head. The mountains loom and glower darker than the lonely mountain of Erebor that you have called home for so long. Finally, you have neared the great gates of Lost Khazad-dûm, and now the forlorn holes and mines of the woeful black pit of Moria await.
The Woeful Black Pit. They're probably just further in.
No,
I mean,
everything's fine.
The Dimrill
It's
Dale's
all great.
not exactly picturesque these days. It'll take them a while to get this back up and running. There's only a few of them, so they're probably further in. It may have come at it from a different angle. I'm sure it'll be fine once we get inside.
Let's put you on this little map and chuck some tokens down, because otherwise you can't see anything.
Nope.
Boing,
Are we going to have to work out the door?
boing.
Please tell me we don't have to work out the door.
It's the other door. Don't worry.
Ah, that's all right then.
This one's massively worse. Yeah, you've clambered across the ruinous landscape and finally arrived in the Dimrill Dale. It's cold, it's still, it's silent, and it's dark.
We still can't see anything.
And you still can't see anything.
I can
That's
see a
because it's
map.
cold and dark. Let me... it shouldn't be. It should be visible.
I can see it. I can see my token on a map.
Yeah, I can see a white thing with lots of dots and names. On YouTube, I can see the actual
Map.
map, but I
Let me
can't.
move you in a bit further. What about now?
You?
You're very
I think I can see it. Kind of like
Yeah, I
a
think
water.
It's like-
looks like
it's
a
like
waterfall
Mirror
and a lake in the middle.
yeah, it's like Lake Mirrormere.
Yeah. Is that better?
Even with me right there in the middle, all I've got is a big grey rectangle.
ditto.
Aw. That's a shame. Might be taking some time to load.
That could just be it, in fairness.
It might be because I didn't preload them, because I try not to do that, because otherwise it takes too much time for you to load Foundry.
Our token's got vision.
I turned up. That's the one we want. Better.
Now,
Just
Now it's a big
Global.
black rectangle with a big grey rectangle.
you see that improved
That's
it 100%. Yeah.
Turn off all of those.
I can see it on the I say on the YouTube, but I can't see it on. I've got exactly the
That's
same.
annoying.
I'm glad said he had the same issue because otherwise I'd be not again.
Well,
anyway,
to
it's
give
a big,
you an idea, ahead of you is the big, still, silent lake, Mirrormere, of dwarven legend and fame. Off to the side is a small tower and bridge that has sort of off to the right-hand side, north mostly from where you are now, with a walkway leading down towards the opposite side of the Mirrormere, towards where you presume the gates are, and up away into the distance is the Dimrill Stairs. Across the Mirrormere, you find the God damn it, the pillars.
Every time he says
The mounds of Azenbul Bizarre, that's the one. And beyond that, the eastern gate of Moria itself.
I have just refreshed my Foundry and it's reappeared, so maybe
it
try
better?
that.
Okay. There you go. Hopefully this won't happen to every single map that we're going to load from here on in.
great
'Cause
on my,
that'll be a problem.
it's not great on my machine, but I can see it. Which is,
Yeah, mine's working off now that I've refreshed it.
So, there you go.
When in doubt, turn it off, turn it on again.
oh yeah.
Whilst you're in the Dimrill Dale, because I mean and keep coming up with these things, does someone want to roll me a d6?
who hasn't?
Roger.
Roger.
I think you're muted, Roger, by the way. As you're moving through the Dimrill Dale, a number of crows flock to the rocks nearby the path to watch you descend the dwarven road. Their beady eyes remain on you, but they keep their silence. One is more grey than black and larger than the others, and is the one that Farron previously spotted and mistook for a raven.
Or is it just like an old crow?
Who knows?
Do we know what crabine look like? Do we know about them? Is that a thing we know?
I mean, you know what crows are, but other than that, I don't know if you're expecting anything suspicious. What are your plans? Are you moving straight to the gates?
Aye. The quicker we get inside, the quicker we can have a bit of warmth, something nice to eat,
Mm-hmm.
some beds for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least we need to get as far as the door, because first we need to knock and see if they'll come out, because we did promise the king, in fairness. We should only really go in if there's an emergency.
Okay.
Oh, I'd almost forgotten that.
Aye, me too.
So your plan is to head straight for the gates.
I see no reason not to. I'm sure it's safer inside, especially in this weather.
I'll
No,
move you
let's-
all across the river.
Into the lake.
And as you move down the Dwarven Road, or its opposite, from this range appear to be open. And a dark, noxious cloud seems to be spewing from it.
I would say that constitutes an emergency.
That's not meant to happen. And I'm sure they'd have guards on the door, which raises a concern.
You have yet to see anything alive, to be fair.
By now, I would have expected to have seen at least a watchman or two.
Or signs of such.
Aye.
Is the cloud traveling, or is it just sort of lurking
It just
miasma?
sort of, it seems to be emanating from inside the gate, and it's just sort of a big oily black smog that is spewing from the gate and hanging there, and then slowly floating up across the mountains.
It looks
Okay.
almost like forge smoke, but it's too heavy, too low. There's no way dwarven craftsmen would let their fires burn this filthy.
And if it was forge smoke, surely it'd be going out the exhausts rather than out through the door.
Aye.
Auntie, let's go see. Let's go see.
We should see if there's anything going on. I'll
Yes.
remind everybody that the king expressly said that we weren't to enter. But I'm of the opinion that if our kinsmen are in need, we should render such aid as we can. The door itself is open, and I think that
Evens, it's clear daylight, and uneven, it'll be either morning if it's low or evening if it's high. So yeah, it's sort of late morning-ish.
right up until you get to the door, when maybe it's not so much.
When you get up to the door, are you all going straight up to the door?
Yes,
I'm just looking at
Yeah.
Trana and seeing what she does.
I'm
and
going to
I'll just-
stride up to the door and
If there's smoke, can I
Bang
put
on it.
something tie something over my mouth?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, just tie some cloth around my mouth
The
and
billowing,
nose.
putrid, oily smoke sort of momentarily consumes you. And as it does, and you stride into this black smog, can all of you give me a valor test?
What in Lord's name is that?
top of
Basically,
your character
just-
sheet.
Click
Go
Valor.
to your
Click on there and
character.
it says Valor.
Yeah, and hope you don't pick up 2 shadow points.
Can you spend hope on these?
You can.
Hey, there's some shadow points for me.
I'm clicking the word Valor and nothing's happening.
Have you got your character sheet popped out?
No, you see what I'm doing there is
All right.
flipping Groin's character sheet. and that's probably why.
That's not going to work. Yeah.
I'm going to spend a point of hope because I want to try to avoid failing this.
Yeah, I'm too proud to let this crap
And still
in
fail.
my lungs.
Oh no, I think I've rolled the wrong thing. I rolled Valor, and you wanted me to roll for the Valor.
No. The Valar will not save you, I'm afraid. At least in part because you're dwarves. And they're
Yeah.
like, well,
You don't want some elf
If-
helping you.
Iluvata says it's okay, but we're still a bit weird about people randomly making people.
It's random.
Everyone who failed, I'm afraid, will pick up 2 shadow as the black dark smoke turns to a vision of ash and fire and flame and shadow around you for the briefest moment, and even your sturdy dwarven hearts are turned frosty cold. But these flashes of flame in the shadows disappear, and you find Sven Stonehand looking at you all like, come on, aren't we going for the door?
Do we put that in temporary shadow, Lewis, or just in
Yes.
the big shadow box? In temporary shadow. Okay.
Don't think you can fill into the big one. It automatically goes.
Oh, right, I see there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll add it to, yeah. One last thing we'll do before we go in, because I'm not that mean. I will let you roll for the end of your journey, so that you can clear out some travel fatigue. So, you can reduce your fatigue, firstly, by the amount of your mount's figure, as they are not going to be joining you any further into the depths of Moria, because ne'er a pony wishes to journey into that black pit.
How do we know our mount's figure?
It depends on your level of...
We were all
Gen-
prosperous
Yeah,
when we
you're
got
all-
the ponies,
Some
except
of you...
No, I
Some
don't
of
think
you
only
are
the Durin's
prosperous.
folk are prosperous.
Yeah.
I was growing not Durin's folk as well.
I believe that everyone apart from Kevin, who is not a Durin, and unfortunately Trana, well, she had the mount from before. 'cause
Yeah,
she's-
we started with the ponies, so it
So
would still
everyone
be
who
prosperous.
started off as prosperous reduces it by 2 for the vigor of your decent beast. And everyone who has common reduces it by 1 for their half-starved pony that they brought along. And then beyond that, you can also all roll for travel.
We just roll our travel, yeah?
Yep, and then successes are going to reduce, so you might want to spend some hope on this.
Too late. And it was almost rolling the eye.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I can still feel all to that damn river.
So a success is -1, and then extra successes are also another 1 off of that.
Great success.
And hope makes you favoured, yeah?
Yep.
Thank you.
No, hope adds a
Hope
D6.
Adds a D6, sorry.
Okay, so
Well, I mean,
so I should roll that again because
well, you've got a great success.
yeah, I should
Your
roll that
second
again.
D12 is actually a 1, so just roll an extra D6, and if you get a 6, you get another one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to spend a point of hope, which means if this is a
Yeah, there you
success,
go.
it becomes a magical
So
success.
Kevin, for instance, reduces by 3 plus 1 for your pony, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Unfortunately, I failed.
Oh. Well, you still get the 2 for your pony, though.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you'll carry the rest of your fatigue with you into Moria,
I got a magical success.
where there will also be opportunities to rest along the way, no doubt. But there you go. Yeah. Success is Good. Everyone rolled that then?
Mhm.
Okay.
So Groin got a great success. Kevin got a great success.
And you've all
Um,
reduced your
Sven
travel
got an
fatigue
automatic
by the
success.
correct amount. Yeah.
Farron got failure, and I got a magical success. That's the other one. I don't know what the dealio would be on.
Yeah. Just counts as a success as far as I know. In this case. So any remaining fatigue you're gonna just add to your fatigue.
How much do we
but-
get for a success? Is it just the one?
Just
yeah,
one,
just
yeah.
the one, and then +1 for each 6 basically that you rolled. Beyond that, yeah, you add that to your fatigue. Beyond that, you'll be able to reduce that fatigue as you rest when you perform prolonged rests, which may be a bit difficult in Moria, but will give you some space to knock that back down again, because you're massive heroes, and like, where's the fun in having you die of being tired? Yeah, into the eastern gate of Moria. As you approach and move beyond the smog, well, further into the smog, the gate structure looms ahead of you, built into the side of the mountain. And one of the few things you can notice through this putrid smoke is that the gates themselves lay torn asunder and ripped off of their whatever those
Hinges.
things are called, hinges, yeah, and smashed against the floor. One of them outside, broken against the rocks, and the other one bent inwards and collapsed inside Moria itself.
I think we may have
Helmet goes on.
come across a spot of trouble for the good dwarves of Moria.
How are you going about entering?
How big is the door? Is it like massive?
The door is pretty big, yeah.
Gentlemen,
It's
I'm
like-
inclined to announce
It's one
our
of
arrival.
the. It's basically like what like. It's a big enough door that I won't say you could all move in next to each other, but these are giant iron and mithril girded gates that barred the entrance. And probably, actually, you could probably all stand abreast if they were completely open, which they
Cool.
are at the moment. 'cause
Is it
they've
like the
been-
main way into the Lonely Mountain type large, or
Yeah, it's this is one of the wonders of when it was at its height, this was one of the wonders of Middle Earth. Large. The gate itself isn't like overly large, but it's a very ornate structure around it, and the gates were wide enough that 4 or 5 people standing next to each other could walk through them if both gates were swung open. And they're high enough that even humans and elves wouldn't hit their head on it on the way in, and a troll could probably walk under there.
Come now.
One
the
thing
dwarves,
you know
this is
about
our
the
place.
Eastern Gate.
We should enter with pride and no fear. If anything's happened to our brethren under the mountain, we need to find out what it is and make it pay.
I agree. I'd suggest caution going in.
A little bit of fear, Auntie. A little bit.
No fear, Kevin. Besides, this is when you come in.
Why? What happened now?
This is where we need the stealthiest and most quiet among us.
That can't be me, surely. Oh no, it's not at all.
Kind of treasure hunter, are you?
A sort of a more obvious one. A lot less subtlety about this. I'm more of the looky, scanny, explory one.
Like a Terence and Philip treasure hunter.
Well,
Hunting for treasure.
do any of you want to try and sneak forward and peer through the gate? Peer through the gate as Dane once did and decided wasn't a great idea to go any further.
Yes, I do, but I'm not going to sneak. I'm going to stump right up to the door like I own the place because there's not a lot of point in me trying to sneak.
Okay. In that case, I will let you roll scan.
Can I instead petition
And
for law because I have studied the shit out of this and I have read everything I can find about Moria and everything I
it depends what you're looking for. Are you looking at Moria itself, or are you looking for anything within the gate? Like, are you looking inside the gate at the structure of Moria itself, or are you looking for things amiss?
I am looking for things that shouldn't be in Moria.
Like
I will
elves.
say for like the thing that might not, well, that shouldn't be in Moria, you'll probably have to roll something other than law. If you want to roll to look at like what has happened to the gates, what the inside of the gates looks like, I'll let you roll law. But
That's a later thing.
I'll tag along then, if I may, with Auntie. And
I will go with scan.
yeah.
And before you stride up to the gate, from this point on, the amount of noise you make is gonna matter. So, if you stride up to the gate, I'm going to take that into account.
Okay. But I cannot sneak, so and I am cunning and willful. So I shall I'm cunning. That's fair. So I shall obliquely approach. I'm not going to stamp or shout, which is my original plan. I am going to go up to the gate without sneaking, though.
Okay.
And I'm going to aid Trana, trying to get control of my.
Sure.
So that gets me support from a companion.
Yep. So you can give me a scan roll. Even though it feels more of an awareness, but I'm not going to be that mean.
Oh, I failed.
Ow.
It's a lot of ones and twos.
That was a lot of ones and twos.
You find yourself...
Oh, wait, hold up, hold the press.
Oh.
I should have been inspired on that roll. Dark for dark business.
Yeah.
Let me re-roll that.
Go on then.
I'm going.
Still gonna say that you find yourself stepping over the threshold. Yeah.
Squeaking across
Especially
the threshold.
as it's just a single success.
Mm-hmm.
And the place looks like a ruin, but that is what you have been led to believe Moria looks like anyway. However, ahead of you, slowly moving now, at this not quite stomping, but stepping forth and marching up the road into the gates, and the noise of 5 dwarves grunting and striding up into Moria, you can see a large figure slowly waking and rousing itself and picking itself up from the ground. I suppose we should go inside, shouldn't we?
Go inside. Go. Ooh.
They have a cave troll.
Ooh, that's cool.
Also changed with no problem. Excellent.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go.
Yep,
Oh,
that
that's
just
nice.
jumped straight in.
Yeah. I think it was the other one I hadn't put your tokens down first before I loaded it.
Mine did.
There we go. Now we know. Yeah. A rather massive looking troll
But in fairness,
picking
I
itself up in
should
the
be at the front.
darkness. And dwarves are used to the dark, but coming in from the light and the smog and this strange sense of shadow that affected you all earlier, peering in and seeing this figure loom up. This troll is big. Bigger than most trolls you've seen.
You want to move Farron back because
Yep, you can move to be wherever you want, but you know.
it's hardly fair that he gets trolled because I walked in the door.
And it seems to be slowly waking up. Ah.
And unfortunately, again, I can't see this map. It just,
Oh.
Refresh your thing. See if that works.
just did. And unfortunately,
Can you move, Lewis? Can you move Farron's counter back to the back?
Yep. Boing. There we go. Yeah.
No.
Who's coming round here waking Chog?
Auntie, we're done. That was talking, wasn't it? We've been civil. That was. I feel like we have to kill it now.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Is it morning?
Aye. You've overslept.
Are we talking to a troll?
Are you here for... What are you doing? You don't look like... You're not... Are you orcs?
Oh, no,
You
we're
see
no
Tog
orcs, of
peering
course
through.
not.
That's...
But we've been expected for a while now, remember?
There's tears
Did you not
dripping
get
from
the
his eyes
message?
from this putrid smoke. No one's told me nothing about... What are you? You look all small and squishy like.
Actually, not so much, but we are a little smaller than you, it's true. Oh, we're here for the Forge Masters Conference.
Ain't you dwarves?
Aye, of course we are. But that should all have been explained to you.
Are you going to try to riddle the...
I am going to try to riddle the troll.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Riddle it.
Riddle it with holes.
I like that plan.
Trolls are dull-witted, so...
I am cunning.
For each success you roll, the troll will lose a point of hate and a... basically. For a success, and then each success icon.
Okay,
I'll
here we
say
go then.
we can do that before the troll decides to bash your skulls in.
That seems fair. We can get him to low enough on the hate rating, then
Yeah.
there'll be a lot less skull bashing.
I haven't heard of no forging dwarves. Last dwarves in here were on gibbets. Gibbets. Griblets. Yeah,
Okay, 'tis a success.
I will reduce.
Gibbets and giblets
the
are all
gate-
well enough.
Gate guards hate by 1.
From what?
But
Where did he
gifting and
start?
giving are a master's reward.
Can we go in now?
The troll is very much the size of the rusted and ruined portcullis.
Do you think that's why they picked him?
Probably.
Because he fit
And
the
is
door.
very much barring the way.
It'd be great if everybody could maybe slide up a little bit closer while I'm riddling him. That'd be nice. Just trying to buy us a bit of time so that we
I'll
can
let-
axe
I'll
bash
let
him in
you
the brain.
have one more riddle roll. or attempt one more action before Tog is going to slowly work out, wait a minute, dwarves aren't meant to be here. Dwarves are in fact the very thing I'm meant to squash.
Look, there's already dwarfs behind you.
Okay, if I use my distinctive feature, does that get me a bonus dice or does that get me inspired? If I use hope.
Inspired.
Inspired, and then, yeah.
I'm inspired. I should be inspired anyway. Oh no, it's favored and inspired. There we go.
There you go.
All of the
Jesus.
things.
I will maneuver up, but I can't seem to do so at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
Still only a regular success. Flipping heck.
What's all this chatter about? Oi.
Gifts and gold and giving and getting.
Gifts and gold. Giving, getting. Getting, giving, gold. Oi, you wait. You all stand back there. Don't get too close before. First, you've got to say the password. Golds and giving and getting and giving.
Hey, my friend Sven has the password right here written on this. Ready for asking.
Sven, I think that's us.
Yeah, I think it's chopping time now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting any
Okay.
further at that. I mean, 2 points of hate off him is still pretty solid.
Dwarves have the gold. We squish the dwarves. We take the gold.
Ah,
You're
yes.
dwarves. Gifts of gold. Squishing. Right. I know what to do with you lot.
Axe to the groin. Get him.
Spear
Not,
to the
not our
armpit.
groin, his groin.
Tog slowly starts to reach over and lift up a very impressively sized maul that has been lent against the portcullis.
With his back turned, can I hit him like a hero?
His back is not turned, but you can try and like attack him at this point. But it's gonna be a fight.
Say what? I thought he was just going to stand there and take it.
But you managed to get him down to, hey, that's a pretty good start. Hopefully.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Lewis, in game terms?
Basically, the enemies can sort of spend hate to use their abilities in the way you spend hope to boost your rolls.
Oh, nifty. Oh, I like that.
But if they go down to 0 hate,
But they don't have as much hope as we would have. So
yeah.
most
Okay.
beasties
But-
and monsters will have between 1 and 4. So
Okay.
For
it's
the
a
people
decent chunk of change.
at home, feel free to read along with Hatred Dwarves, Hideous Toughness, Horrible Strength, and Dull-Witted.
I've fiddled a bit and I can now see the map-ish.
Yeah, we'll turn this into a combat.
Ooh, yay. Can I be in it?
You can, and
Oh.
you'll get, whilst he's picking up his maul, you'll get the chance for a ranged volley.
Well, I'm standing next to him with the spear. Can I just do a not ranged volley?
Then you'll have to wait until close combat.
I
Right.
might try arranged.
Basically, we try arranged as we move up to him, I think is the way
Yeah.
it works.
Chuck a spear,
yeah.
move up, pick it up again.
I mean, it's
Oh, I
not
can
going to
use
work
a
very
bow.
well.
Have you got one?
Good point. Yes.
Whop! Groin's arrow skitters off, bounces off of the
Oh, no, that
metal
was
of
mine,
the
I think.
portcullis. And goes,
Yeah, that's
oh,
Sven's.
or
That was me.
Sven's.
I'm not
Yeah.
great with my bow.
And you hear a sort of ting as it bounces off and then skitters along the stones.
I can't seem to get mine to throw, so I
Yeah,
won't.
no me.
Yours did roll,
Groins-
Groin.
Yeah, your bow.
You missed as
bow
well.
rolled.
Yeah, no, I missed.
Doing,
I did.
yeah. And at this point, Troll's giving you the stink eye and grabbing the maul and lifting it higher. Farron, do you want me to try rolling for you? Let me make sure that you have control over your character properly. You should have.
Would help.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Sauron.
Dumb.
Times. I run up and hit him in the mall with my face.
As long as you don't hit anyone else.
Hey, Sauron.
But it's a combat Sauron rather than an action Sauron.
Yeah, I don't know. Does your spear shatter or break? Or does it fall loose behind the troll where you can't easily grab hold of it?
Or does it make me his number one target because I'm the one that's tried to trick him?
Sure. Go on then. Tog looks down at you and goes, I'm gonna squish you first.
Feel I have a responsibility to take one for the team here.
Aye, jelly dwarf is right nice.
I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly.
That got weird in a hurry, auntie.
Yeah. I feel like I want to add a point of hate for that. But...
No, that's totally XP worthy. I just Destiny Child a bloody cave troll.
Damn right.
Do you want me to try roll for you, Farron?
Nah, sorry. I'll just go in and hit him with my axe.
Okay then. Anyone else who needs to roll ranged? No.
None of that nonsense.
Through the black putrid smoke, you unleash your dwarven war cries and charge forth as Tog lifts up a maul that is at least the size of 2 to 3 dwarves in length, and at least the head itself is probably the size of a dwarf, and lifts it above his head and screams out, and you can see saliva spit off of a single tooth in his jaw, and these beady, dark, gleaming eyes come at you from in the smoke itself, and he sort of lumbers forwards, looming over all of you. Not any foreshadowing for anything to come. You may pick your stances.
Did he tell us we can't pass?
Well, I think he did. The general indication was you're not allowed through it.
Yes. It's not letting me pick a stance for some reason.
Yeah,
I did.
Oh,
Right click and all that.
Yeah. Allow.
Maybe
There we go. Got it.
moving
No,
you
got it. I got
all
it.
a
I got
bit
it.
further away from each other. That might help, because it doesn't really matter on the map where you are. But I think if your names are...
It doesn't matter where we are. I'm just going past him.
Well, it doesn't count as going past him, so it doesn't matter.
Damn it.
I'm going to go defensive.
yeah, because he's going for you this turn, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay. And then we'll just wait for Groin.
Roy
There's
needs to
also-
pick a stance.
Groin's going to pick his battle stance, and then we'll get going.
Is Buffalo an option?
Is Buffalo an option?
Well,
Hold on.
he's going for Trana, so it might be worth going with the Kapla stance, whatever it's called.
It sounds very
Forward.
Klingon.
Forward.
Yeah, forward.
That's it. I'd forgotten the
I'm
word.
so...
Right click
Zoomed
on the
out, I
little
can't-
bow and arrow picture.
Yeah, no, I was so zoomed out I couldn't
Yeah.
even see the picture. There we go. Toggle combat stance. I will carry on shooting.
That has to be done in rearward stance, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
Right.
stood there then.
Where am I? Oh, sorry, I'm at the wrong end.
Don't worry. I think they've just been separated so that we can actually see our names to be able to interact.
Yeah.
Okay,
just
there you go.
it's easier.
I've
to
moved
interact
myself
with.
back and I'm in
Yeah.
rear.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
There you
then.
go.
In that case, yeah, I think Sven is on the top of the thingy, but basically it's everyone in forward stance gets to go first. So we'll start with Sven.
Right, that's
Tog is lumbering past you almost in an attempt to smash you out of the way so they can get at Trona. That looks like a success.
for 7 damage.
Yeah. You're, yeah. Using Lightning Striker. Is Lightning Striker an axe?
It is an axe.
Your axe slices into the hideously tough skin and leaves barely a dent.
Bet you wish you had a frying pan now.
Farron, you're up next.
Is it? I'm assuming it's trying to get past me as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Currently, Tog's main focus is turning Trana to jelly, as promised.
No problem. Lift my axe and slam into him.
Yep.
I shall spend a point of hope because he's my friend. Can I claim cunning?
It's more of a free for all at the moment, so.
First.
Ooh. Yep. 5 damage. I'll get rid of that. Oh.
And protection roll.
And a protection roll. Let me see. Hideous toughness is only if I take enough endurance damage. So we'll go with a protection roll. The troll skin is hideously tough, as previously mentioned. Yeah, and though your axe slices into Tog's knee, it cuts a little way through, but doesn't manage to find sinew and the joint that you were looking for. Kevin.
I'm twatting it with my spear, and I'm spending some hope because, you know.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, you rolled on spears.
Oh, you rolled on spears.
What
Kevin
was I
always
supposed
rolls
to
on
do?
spears. Kevin meant to roll on. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
No,
didn't
he
have
rolled,
to
he
click
rolled on
your
the skill,
spear.
not the weapon.
Oh, for God's sake. You did select one and only one token to attack.
Yeah. So you select Tog, right
Yes.
click on Tog and then press the target.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
the easiest way. And
My
then click your spear and it
Yeah,
should
sorry.
bring up all the
That's
guns.
such a shame. That would have been amazing.
I
Yeah,
mean, personally,
yeah.
I'm quite happy with it.
What do I do? Click the actual spear itself.
The actual spear
Okay.
Yeah.
itself.
The
Yeah.
actual spear.
Oh, that's so fair. Hope roll. Did it
There you
again.
go.
Anyway.
Same again.
Even, yeah.
Yeah. Just wow. Okay then.
But
And so then
give yourself back one of the hope points that you spent because it would have taken
Okay.
one off for each of the 2 rolls, and only one of them counts.
I will do that. And what do I do?
You can choose.
They're all the same, these special successes.
Is it piercing, any of them?
Is it piercing blow, heavy blow?
Heavy blow.
Heavy
They're
blow.
all heavy
Adds extra endurance damage.
Okay,
So,
I'll just
go
submit
for
them,
that.
yeah.
Yep. Bonk. And I still need to make a protection roll. Ooh,
19.
19.
Oh,
Okay.
I like my spear.
A fine hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a fine hit. Protection roll.
Oh,
You
wounded.
managed to
Nice.
Very
dig
nice.
that's impressive.
dig your spear right into its flank as Tog slams past you, and you're sort of holding on to it as you're dragged across, but it's
Do you remember
pushed
that-
right in there.
Do you remember that scene from 300 where he stabs that guy and he just pulls him towards him on his spear? That's my
Yeah,
concern
Tog
now.
just walking away with you sort of being hauled along, but not looking great.
What's the word, Lewis, on using non-combat actions in combat? Like, if instead of fighting him, I want to keep tormenting him and making fun of him.
You can use a riddle as a combat thingy against their dull-witted trolliness, but it reduces the trolls' hate points. So
I will continue to do that then, because I'm
Yeah.
better at that than fighting.
sure, go
And
for
they
it.
do call me Sharp Tongue.
I see what you did there.
Is it my go or is it his
Yes,
go?
it
Because I'm in
is.
defensive. Oh, in which cast let's
You all get to go
vicious
first,
mockery.
and then and then
Vicious
the
mockery,
troll
you're going
will
to be the bard.
slam you. Yeah.
Great.
Great success.
Okay, so that's gonna take 2 more off of the troll's hate.
You slow lumbering half-wit. You can't even catch a single dwarf. You think you're going to be able to take on all of us?
I'm gonna turn you to jelly. I'm gonna break your bones. I'm gonna grind your face to meal. And your beard I'm gonna eat.
He's not quite so
Yeah.
good at riddle, is he? Poor lad.
No. Giant troll. Groin. Last one to go. The only one who can protect Trana from being potentially slammed in the face by a giant mole.
Hmm.
Feel
So
ourselves
sure
to the
about
dwarves. At last we will have our revenge.
Yeah. Roll. No.
One.
I will say your bow finds its target, but the arrow just sort of skitters off Tog's immense frame and steely skin.
I mean, it's nice that we're on first name terms with him.
Yeah.
Makes it an altogether
Tog.
far more convivial fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tog drags Kevin forwards, barges Sven and Farron out of the way, and lifts up the maul above his head. And is going to attempt to squish Trana. Yep. When fighting dwarves, Tog has favoured. Let's see what I rolled though, just to make sure. Yeah, okay. And I
Flippin'
am
heck.
going
Oh my God.
to spend 1 point of hate.
Bloody hell, he's still
To
got
make-
8 left.
Yeah, to
Wow.
make using his horrible strength to make that protection roll ill-favored as he slams them all down into you and then sort of pushes, trying to bury you in the rock. That was also a lot more damage than I was expecting from.
You and me both.
Okay, here we go with an ill-favored.
Ooh.
Yep. It's squishing time.
You take a wound.
Do I take
Yeah.
the endurance damage as
Endurance-
well?
Yes.
I can't even find where damage is now. Where's damage? Is it down at the bottom?
Endurance.
It's endurance.
And I'm going.
Seven- yeah.
I have to add another point of shadow because my fellowship focus just got wounded.
Oh no.
Oh, do I do that as well? Because she's mine.
Yeah.
My turn. Me.
So it's
and my-
17.
17
Damage.
endurance. Yes.
I'm fine. Yeah.
And
all you got?
you
Come at me.
can. Oh, yeah. And you can roll a
Wait,
d12.
oh, and I'm wounded as well.
Yeah, a d12 to see what the severity is of your wound.
It's either really good or really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to remember, is 12 the Sauron or is 12 the...
12, I think, is the rune of Gandalf, as I recall.
Yeah. Okay. You are moderately injured. The blow was received violently enough. At the end of combat, you will recover from wounded within a matter of hours. Your armor took most of the blow, and although the wind was knocked out of you quite severely, and you're wheezing and puffing and lying on the ground at the moment, you're going to come to find that you're not actually that as badly and deathly injured as you expected you were.
Still only counts as one.
Yeah. That brings us back around, and you can change stances if you want.
Lewis, what does it mean that this troll is wounded?
Well, if it was a creature that had a single might, it'd be dead. In this case, it's a big, massive troll with 2 might, so it's half dead. Basically, you also have 2 wounds, so you can either lose endurance, which is sort of a collection of things. It could be from combat damage, bruises and cuts and things you pick up, but also it can be your weariness and fatigue over time and hunger and anything like that. But wounds are what make the One Ring even more lethal, in that you can still have a high amount of endurance left, which would technically be like a lot of hit points in a different game. But if you pick up 2 wounds, you're suddenly dying.
So if whoever in this next round wounds this troll, without
we'll do it.
Okay, I get you. All right. Wounded, Sven.
Have we all set our stances for the round?
Yep, I'm going to stay defensive. Baron
Baron's
switched
gone
to
defensive.
It's Ben and Kevin looking like
I'm staying the same.
forward.
I've got to stay the same. Got to try and bring it down.
Groin at rearward. Groin into the rear.
Tog is bellowing and the smoke is lashing around you as he swings his maul about, screaming and trying to stomp on Tranos rolling out of the way. And you're all sort of clambering about this giant, massive troll. I think, Sven, you're up first.
Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to let out a roar of anger, and I'm going to use Fierce.
Okay.
And spending a point of hope.
Yeah. For inspiration. It's a lot of dice. Whop. Even despite a Sauron, that's a lot of dice.
Unfortunately, I could fend it off or just do more damage.
I think doing more damage might be a good idea.
So 19.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tog is starting to slow down at this point, and but doesn't look quite done for yet.
Twist the spear, lad. Kill it.
Oh my. I clicked the actual spear thing this time. I'd use a point of hope, as it seems to be the thing to do.
Yeah.
And click the spear. Roll.
Yeah, your spear is still lunged in the side of.
Oh, that's not many. It's enough, I think. Yeah, just the 4 damage. I just scrape a success.
You almost
I
can't pull
can't get
it
it out.
free. Yeah. Just almost can't pull it free, so it sort of
Troll
moves
on a stick.
around.
It's all right. You've
Cuts
dislodged
into
one
the
of his
troll.
gallstones. He's going to be really uncomfortable.
Sure, yeah.
Next time he eats a very hearty, fatty meal, that troll is gonna feel really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, that's damage over time. Am I right?
Trana, you were previously lying on the floor, but have probably managed to scurry back up to your feet.
Oh, what the hell? That's. Oh no, I'm weary.
Yeah. Might be the wound and massive damage.
Yeah, could be. So I will spend a point of hope, even though I don't really want to.
Cast off a helmet.
I don't think it'd help at this stage. Nope, I do not axe him in the nuts.
Axe lifts up, but you just can't get the strength in the blow at the moment. Still with
Still
the
going to
wind
Valhalla.
knocked out of you, and just kind of it plings off of Tog's leg without any further threat. Theron.
Okay, I'm going to use the protect companion of the defensive stance on Trana.
Okay.
And I'm spending point of hope because Trana is important to Farron. Nice.
Wow.
So
What's that do?
basically, what that does is on a success, where are we? On a successful roll, the next attack aimed against Trana loses a dice plus an extra dice for each 6.
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
losing 2 dice on.
Yeah.
So it's going to lose
Right.
3 dice in
So
total.
I come out, shield up, and
Donk. Try and protect.
keep your hands off her, you fellow beastie.
Groin. It's up to you. He's still in rearward stance.
All right, let's take a shot.
Right in the eye.
Surely to the knee.
No, I'd prefer if you shot him in the brain right now.
That's
Can I use a hope dice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your hope dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use hope dice.
those are mine to be miserable.
Ooh, that's
Hey!
Oh,
That's
you
a
clicked on
great
bows
success.
as well.
Okay.
Oh,
You clicked on the wrong thing.
You got to
What's that
click
code?
on the,
You're
On the
supposed to
bow
click
and
on the
weapons.
weapons.
clicking on your bow.
not the skill.
I did that last week.
I did that recently.
Yeah.
We all did that in season 1.
Yeah.
Every time I click that says you need to select one.
Yeah, you got to
Oh, yeah,
click
you
on.
have to right click on the troll and then click on the little target on the right hand side.
And if right click doesn't work, just put your cursor over it and press T.
You can also do that. If
There
you're
you go.
smarter than me.
I
There
think
you go.
one click also helps. That also works.
Don't forget to add your hope. Groin pulls back an arrow.
This is the camera shot as it
It's-
sort of zooms in on the back of the bow.
It
Oh, even
Yeah.
better.
it loosens and hurtles towards Tog, who's flipped over the maul and is preparing to just bring the head down, crush Trana into the ground.
So has
You
it popped
clicked.
out some damage stuff?
You click bows again.
I didn't!
Oh
Has it given you a pop-out window for any extra damage or anything then?
No.
Then you must have clicked on the bow skill rather than on the bow,
I
the
clicked
weapon.
on the bow below my axe.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if it's the thing that wouldn't let him roll before
Ah.
he targeted.
Right. In that case, I am going to open up my book and quickly work out how much damage that would be.
All the damage.
So, a bow. Bow. Damage 3. Ranged weapon. What did you roll? You rolled a 9, which I believe would probably be piercing as well, or a piercing blow. So I will roll an armor roll for that. And you also had 2 successes. Now, let me see. Wait, range weapons, successes.
Pretty sure it's 2 successes for a piercing blow.
I'm just gonna roll and see if I can do it. Oh no, you can just use one.
It's mainly
Yeah, you can use pierce, add 2 to feat die, or heavy blow. That's just with a great success. Sorry, I just did it to test it. Oh, ignore that damage if you can, Lewis. Sorry, I was just trying to look it up.
That's pretty much the damage. Did.
That was only with 1 success. You can heavy blow it, and you can pierce blow it. Although, if you do 2 piercings, would it stack with each other? Or
I would advise a heavy blow, because that's going to finish him off.
It would be 2 heavy blows for 6.
Yeah.
So 6 more, so it'd be 9.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, as I was getting ready to describe before we realised it said bows. Groin, your arrow flies out, and the maul slowly starts moving down. Trana's beneath it. Farron's trying to bring his shield across Trana to protect her, and we'll watch a slow motion shot of your arrow find the troll's eye, and it drops the maul to the side and sort of grabs at it. Slowly starts toppling back and forth.
Great.
And you're all sort of skittering around trying to work out which way the troll's gonna fall and try and avoid it, until Tog topples backwards, and his head falls sort of just in front of the portcullis bit, and he sprawls over, still and dead.
You said it had a tooth, right? You said it had one tooth.
Yes.
Can I'm gonna rip that out and just wave at Farron and say, "Stick it on this, will you?"
I'm not sure if at some point I shouldn't start just giving you shadow for stealing creatures' random body parts.
It's just dentistry. It's just dentistry.
Amateur dentistry at that as well.
Yeah.
It's not even like...
There you go.
I mean, if he starts carving out hearts while shouting
Yeah.
Kali Ma, maybe a few points of shadow here and there.
Just a bit of dentistry.
What a minute ago was an cacophony of roaring and war cries and axe blows and mauls slamming into the walls and the ground and arrows skittering across has turned to a deep, solemn silence. Trana sort of slowly getting the lungs back into her. And the eastern gate has fallen completely silent, but you still have this billowing smoke coming in. But I think we'll leave exploring that for another day. So we will draw away from our victorious dwarves atop the slain body of Tog, the gate guard troll, who have now finally reached Moria itself and found out that things aren't quite what they were hoping they would be. Barlin doesn't seem to be here with a big stack of ribs or God knows what and jugs of beer to meet you all. And something looks like it's going quite badly wrong in the dark, gloomy pits of Moria. Thank you everyone at home for watching. Thank you to my players for playing and being awesome as general. And we will see you next week, Thursday, for another episode of The One Ring, The Forging of Small Dooms. What else is going on Garblag?
So next Tuesday, I believe, is Electric State.
Possibly not.
Cool.
Possibly not,
Cool.
but possibly. So maybe. All we know is our gut says maybe. Next Wednesday, we should be back with part 2 of Judge Dredd, which is Robot Wars.
Ooh.
So just hear that in a kind of Scouse twang.
Awesome. Right. Thank you, everyone. And with that, we shall bid you adieu. Good night. Bye.